Today, we're going to deconstruct a business called LIC Services. We wanted to figure out what they're all about, so we started piecing together their digital footprint. You know, their website, their documents. But here's the thing. The story doesn't kick off with insurance policies or investment returns. No. It starts with a concept you'd probably expect to find in, I don't know, a university lecture.
So you go to their website, and right there, under a section called Services Plus Agency, you find this. It's not a sales pitch, it's not a product list. It's literally an academic definition of agency straight out of a sociology textbook. For an insurance company, this is, well, it's a really unusual place to begin. It immediately gets you thinking, what is the connection here? What in the world does this abstract idea of a social agent have to do with the very real, very concrete business of selling insurance? To solve this puzzle, we need to look past the company and zoom in on the person who's behind it all.
Right, so to understand that big philosophical why, we first got to understand the who. Let's piece together a profile of the person right at the center of this agency.
The advisor is Gaurav Gautam. Now, looking across his digital presence, we see a pretty consistent identity. One government-authorized agency code, one phone number, but then a few different email addresses. He's clearly established, but this is just the basic contact info. The real story is in his background.
And yeah, this is where things get really interesting. A master's in mathematics? Okay, sure, for finance, that makes total sense. But then you see this. Master's degrees in political science, international relations, and marketing. He's also described as a researcher and an organization leader. And all of a sudden, that really academic definition of a social agent doesn't seem so random anymore, does it? It starts to feel, well, personal.
So we have an advisor with a surprisingly deep background in social sciences. How does that actually translate into the products he sells? What's on the menu?
At first glance, the menu looks like what you'd pretty much expect from an LIC agent. You've got the whole spectrum: life insurance, pension plans, health plans, policies for children. But if you look a little closer, you start to see more specialized offerings, like group insurance and keyman insurance.
Keyman insurance is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's a policy a business can take out on a key employee to protect against financial loss. Now, this focus on protecting organizations makes perfect sense when you remember his background as an organization leader. You see, the pieces are starting to fit.
And it's not just about broad categories. The agency also promotes specific, named policies like Jeevan Umang. This shows they aren't just selling insurance in general. They're pointing clients toward particular products they really seem to believe in. But why do they believe in them? What's the thinking here?
We've met the advisor. We've seen the products. But the most important question is still on the table. Why? What is the core belief that's driving this entire agency? This is where the whole puzzle just clicks right into place.
This quote is from the CEO, Gaurav Gautam, and it's really the heart of his agency's philosophy. Just listen to that language. Investment is useful for good time, for future work's use. It's not about market analytics or maximizing returns. It's about purpose. Investment is a tool to enable future action. And here's how that philosophy connects directly to the product. To do big work, you need a big amount. And how do you get it? Through insurance. The agency is completely reframing insurance from a simple safety net into a capital-generating tool. And that's the answer to our puzzle. The insurance isn't just a policy. It's the vehicle for agency, the financial capacity to act and achieve those big things.
After making their case, they don't leave you guessing. They tell you exactly what your next step should be.
And there it is. No ambiguity. In both English and Hindi, the final message is a clear directive. After explaining why you need agency for your future works, this is the simple answer for how to get it. It's the final piece of the puzzle.
So what LIC Services shows us is a business built entirely around the worldview of a single person. It's a powerful reminder that even in a world of data and finance, the person behind the product really matters, and it leaves us with a bigger question to think about. In an age of automated advice and algorithms, what is the true role and the future value of the individual human agent?